Imagine a ruler so wealthy that his generosity devalued gold across continents, a monarch whose influence reshaped economies, cultures, and histories. This is no exaggeration but the story of Mansa Musa, the legendary emperor of Mali, the wealthiest man who ever lived. From his unexpected rise to power to his legendary pilgrimage to Mecca, Mansa Musa's story is one of ambition, faith, and unparalleled luxury. But who was this man? And how did he amass such wealth that he is remembered as the richest person to walk the earth? Join us as we uncover the secrets behind Mansa Musa's immense fortune, explore the strategic brilliance that underpinned his reign, and discover how his actions reshaped the world. The early life of Musa. Musa was born around 1280 AD into the Keita dynasty of the Mali Empire, a lineage tracing back to the revered Sundiata Keita, who laid the foundations of this powerful empire. The Keita dynasty was renowned for its resilience and ingenuity, characteristics that would become evident in Musa's later life. From a young age, Musa was immersed in the traditions and responsibilities of royalty, receiving an education that blended Islamic theology with the rich oral traditions of his people. In the vibrant courts of Mali, young Musa was surrounded by scholars and sages. He was taught the principles of Islamic law, history, and governance, preparing him for the complexities of leadership. His education was complemented by training in the arts of war and diplomacy, ensuring he was well-rounded in both intellectual and martial pursuits. Growing up, Musa witnessed the prosperity brought by Mali's vast gold reserves and its strategic position on the trans-Saharan trade routes. These observations would later shape his policies as emperor, as he understood the critical role of wealth and commerce in sustaining a powerful empire. The formative years Musa spent in the Mali court imbued him with a deep sense of duty and an understanding of the delicate balance between power, wealth, and governance. Ascension to power. The circumstances leading to Mansa Musa's ascent to power were as dramatic as they were unexpected. And even to this day, there is no consensus among historians as to what actually happened. Some historical accounts state that Mansa Abu Bakr II, Musa's predecessor, was captivated by the mysteries of the Atlantic Ocean. His fascination with the unknown drove him to explore what lay beyond the horizon, a venture unheard of in the 14th century. Abu Bakr II gathered a colossal fleet of 2,000 ships, entrusting the administration of the empire to Musa in his absence. The fleet set sail in 1312 AD, leaving behind a nation anxious about its future. The journey was perilous and fraught with uncertainty. Despite the empire's apprehension, Abu Bakr II's determination was unwavering. Yet, the fleet vanished into the vast Atlantic, swallowed by the unforgiving ocean, leaving no trace of its fate. Some speculate that the fleet reached the shores of the Americas, predating Columbus by centuries, while others believe it succumbed to the treacherous sea. Regardless, Abu Bakr II's disappearance meant that Musa's temporary guardianship of the empire became permanent. While the exact circumstances of his rise to power are lost in time, they resulted in Musa's unexpected ascension into the leadership of one of Africa's most influential empires. He inherited an empire brimming with potential, but was also faced with the challenge of maintaining its unity and prosperity in the wake of its leader's mysterious disappearance. Musa's initial task was to stabilize the empire, reassure his subjects, and consolidate his authority as the new Mansa. His ascension was met with a mix of relief and skepticism among the nobles and citizens. Musa had to navigate the delicate politics of succession, gaining the loyalty of regional governors and military leaders. His adept handling of these early challenges solidified his position as a capable ruler, ready to lead Mali into an era of unprecedented wealth and influence. Mali's wealth. The Mali Empire, under Musa's stewardship, became synonymous with wealth, particularly due to its vast gold reserves. Gold mining had been a cornerstone of Mali's economy long before Musa's reign, but under his guidance, the exploitation of these resources reached new heights. The empire's primary gold mines in Bambouk, Bouré, and Galam were some of the richest in the world, yielding an abundance of the precious metal. Musa's strategic management of these resources was instrumental in the empire's prosperity. He implemented policies to regulate gold production and trade, ensuring that the wealth generated from these mines was used to bolster the empire's economy and infrastructure. Musa's reign saw the establishment of a centralized system of taxation and trade regulation, which increased the efficiency and profitability of the empire's vast economic network. Beyond gold, the Mali Empire's wealth was augmented by its control over the trans-Saharan trade routes. These routes were the arteries of commerce, linking the Mediterranean world with sub-Saharan Africa. Caravans laden with gold, salt, ivory, and slaves traversed these routes, bringing immense wealth to the empire. Cities like Timbuktu, Gao, and Jenne became bustling centers of trade and culture, attracting merchants from as far afield as North Africa and Europe. Musa understood the importance of maintaining control over these trade routes and invested in infrastructure to support and protect them. He established a network of fortified trading posts and caravanserais, which provided safety and services for traders. This infrastructure not only facilitated commerce, but also enhanced the empire's influence over neighboring regions. Musa's policies fostered economic stability and growth, turning the Mali Empire into a powerhouse of wealth and trade. The empire's prosperity attracted scholars, artisans, and merchants, transforming its cities into melting pots of culture and learning. Musa's ability to harness and expand the empire's wealth laid the groundwork for its golden age, making Mali a beacon of prosperity in the medieval world. Musa's journey to Mecca. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on a journey that would become legendary, the Hajj to Mecca. This pilgrimage was not only a testament to his faith, but also a strategic move to demonstrate the wealth and power of the Mali Empire on a global stage. The Hajj, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, requires every Muslim who could afford it to make the pilgrimage to Mecca at least once. For Musa, this was an opportunity to fulfill his religious duty while showcasing the grandeur of his empire. The caravan Musa organized for the journey was unparalleled in its opulence. It included 60,000 men, among them 12,000 slaves each carrying gold bars, and 80 camels laden with over 21 tons of gold dust. This immense procession stretched for miles, a glittering display of immense wealth winding its way through the deserts and cities of North Africa. The entourage also included heralds, soldiers, and attendants, creating a spectacle that captivated every city they passed through. Musa's generosity during the pilgrimage was unprecedented. In Cairo, he distributed gold to the poor, funded the construction of mosques, and gifted lavishly to local leaders. His gifts were so extravagant that they caused an economic upheaval, flooding the market with gold and leading to severe inflation. The sudden influx of gold devalued the precious metal in the region for over a decade. The pilgrimage had significant political and diplomatic implications as well. Musa's interactions with the rulers and scholars of the cities he visited forged alliances and established Mali as a major player in the Islamic world. His displays of wealth and piety elevated Mali's status, attracting scholars, artisans, and merchants to his empire. The pilgrimage not only fulfilled Musa's religious obligations, but also positioned Mali as a cultural and economic powerhouse in the medieval world, transforming Timbuktu. Upon returning from the Hajj, Mansa Musa focused his energies on transforming Timbuktu, a city that would become the heart of his cultural and intellectual legacy. Before Musa's reign, Timbuktu was a modest trading post on the fringes of the desert. Musa envisioned it as a center of learning, culture, and commerce, a beacon of Islamic scholarship in the heart of West Africa. Musa's first major project in Timbuktu was the construction of the Jingwereber Mosque in 1327. This architectural marvel, designed by the Andalusian architect Abu Ishaq al-Sahili, became a symbol of Timbuktu's emerging status as a center of Islamic learning. Built using traditional Sudano-Sahelian techniques, the mosque featured distinctive minarets and courtyards, serving as both a place of worship and a hub for the community. The establishment of the Sankore University followed, transforming Timbuktu into a magnet for scholars from across the Islamic world. Sankore University, with its vast library, became one of the leading centers of Islamic scholarship, housing thousands of manuscripts on subjects ranging from theology to astronomy. Scholars and students flocked to Timbuktu, contributing to a vibrant intellectual culture that thrived under Musa's patronage. Musa's investments extended beyond religious and educational institutions. He promoted the construction of Islamic schools, libraries, and public buildings throughout the city, fostering an environment conducive to learning and cultural exchange. His leadership attracted architects, artisans, and scholars from regions as diverse as North Africa, the Middle East, and even Europe, creating a melting pot of ideas and innovations. Timbuktu's transformation into a thriving center of trade and scholarship had profound implications for the Mali Empire. The city became a nexus for the exchange of goods and ideas, linking the gold and salt trades of West Africa with the broader Islamic world. The influx of merchants and scholars enhanced Mali's economic and cultural influence, positioning it as a key player in the medieval global economy. Musa's vision for Timbuktu as a center of learning and trade was not merely about physical infrastructure, but about creating a legacy of intellectual and cultural prosperity. The city's reputation as a beacon of Islamic scholarship resonated throughout the Islamic world, elevating Mali's status and influencing generations to come. The wider impact of Musa's reign. Mansa Musa's wealth and his transformative policies had far-reaching effects, shaping not only the Mali Empire, but also the broader world. His pilgrimage to Mecca and the stories of his generosity reached far beyond Africa, capturing the imaginations of chroniclers, traders, and explorers. European and Middle Eastern mapmakers and historians, fascinated by the tales of Musa's wealth, included him and his empire in their works, often depicting him as a symbol of wealth and power. One of the most notable representations of Musa is found in the Catalan Atlas, created in 1375. This medieval map, produced by the Majorcan cartographer Abraham Cresques, depicted Musa holding a gold nugget and seated on a throne. This image symbolized Mali's dominance in the gold trade and Musa's legendary wealth. The inclusion of Musa in such a prominent position on the map signified the impact of his wealth and the allure of Mali as a land of riches. Musa's influence extended beyond economic and cultural domains. His patronage of Islamic learning and culture left an indelible mark on West Africa. The institutions he founded, particularly in Timbuktu, became centers of Islamic scholarship that influenced educational and religious practices across the region. The manuscripts and teachings that originated from these institutions spread throughout the Islamic world, contributing to the intellectual and cultural richness of the medieval era. Economically, Musa's strategic management of Mali's resources and trade routes established a model of wealth generation and distribution that would influence future African empires. His policies in taxation, trade regulation, and infrastructure development created a stable and prosperous economy that sustained the empire's growth for centuries. Musa's ability to balance wealth generation with social and cultural investments set a precedent for governance that resonated throughout West Africa. The diplomatic relationships Musa forged during his pilgrimage also had long-lasting effects. His interactions with leaders and scholars from the cities he visited strengthened Mali's ties with other Islamic states, fostering alliances and facilitating cultural and economic exchanges. These relationships enhanced Mali's influence and ensured its integration into the broader Islamic and global economy. The final years and lasting legacy of Mansa Musa. His final years were dedicated to consolidating the achievements of his reign and ensuring the continued prosperity of the Mali Empire. His focus on education, religion, and trade laid the groundwork for the enduring legacy of his empire. The exact date and circumstances of Musa's death around 1337 are uncertain, but his impact on Mali and the broader world was profound. Following Musa's death, the Mali Empire experienced a gradual decline, but his contributions ensured its continued relevance for centuries. The institutions he founded, the cities he transformed, and the cultural and educational advancements he championed left a lasting mark on the region. Timbuktu, in particular, continued to thrive as a center of learning and trade, embodying Musa's vision of a prosperous and intellectually vibrant city. In the broader context of world history, Mansa Musa's reign highlighted the potential for African civilizations to achieve greatness and prosperity. His wealth and influence challenged contemporary perceptions of Africa, demonstrating the region's capacity for cultural and economic advancement. Musa's story continues to resonate as a reminder of the rich history and enduring legacy of African empires. Mansa Musa's life is a tale of unprecedented wealth, visionary leadership, and lasting impact. His journey from unexpected ascension to the throne to his legendary pilgrimage and the transformation of his empire remains one of the most captivating stories in history. As we reflect on his legacy, we are reminded of the extraordinary heights that human ambition and generosity can achieve. Mansa Musa's wealth not only defined his era, but left an everlasting mark on the course of history, inspiring future generations and cementing his place as one of the most remarkable figures of all time. If you found this journey as fascinating as we did, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. And if you want to see another breathtaking story, click the video in the screen. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.